Hi guys, we are from Make It, an IT startup oriented towards nation and generation empowerment. And today I would like to tell you a concept called Vedic math, which is the oldest form of math available in the world, which has given a lot of shortcuts and an elegant mechanism of dealing with math. Let me look into this, and actually this was inspired from one of the Vedas of our holy Indian scriptures called Rig Veda, and Sadguru Shri Bharati Krishna Tirtha Ji, yeah, he's the person behind publishing a book and inventing some sutras related with this Vedic math. Yeah, just try to have a look into these guys, and let me tell you how the things are going to happen now. Yeah, what are the benefits of learning this Vedic math? Yeah, first of all, many of the students are facing a lot of troubles with the math. That I have to remember this formulae, then I have to do this problem. There are plenty of steps available in it. It's very difficult to understand. I'm not understanding where to apply them, and plenty of students are having a lot of problems with math. And nowadays, there are many companies or many institutes that are coming with a term called speed math. Yeah, the speed math, which means some students are doing some calculations in the air and they are telling the results just by having a look at the problem. All these are possible with the concept of this Vedic math, and it is providing a lot of shortcuts and an elegant mechanism of providing or doing this math very quickly, and it's entertaining also. The tricks are very funny and very simple, and if there is a competitive exam in front of you, so as to crack that competitive examinations, this Vedic math is quite essential. Why? Because there are some requirements that how to solve a problem in just some couple of seconds, or 30 seconds, or at most I can take or I can spend a minute for solving it. If that is the case, if I go for the normal math, it might not be possible to complete it unless if the students has undergone a thorough practicing of it. But with Vedic math, yeah, it is very easy and comfortable for solving that problems within a very short span of time. That is the beauty of it. And with this Vedic math, one more advantage the students are going to get is they will be losing the phobia with this math. They will be enjoying the math. They use it to love the digits. They can play with numbers, and altogether in their advanced studies also, or in their career also, whenever there is a requirement that they have to do some sort of mathematical calculation, then they can apply this Vedic math. And this Vedic math, as the calculations are doing in the brain, yeah, the brain functionality will be improved, and yeah, according to some stats, both the hemispheres of our brain, yeah, are going to work, and ultimately or altogether, these are certain benefits that we are going to get from Vedic math. And yeah, with this Vedic math, we can make the addition to become simple, or subtraction to become simple, and multiplication and square roots and plenty of those. Yeah, let me dive into these things one after the other. The first one is addition. Yeah, if you have a look at what is 69 plus 5, yeah, how I'm going to calculate it. Yeah, let me take the highlighter where it is. Just a sec, guys. Okay, I got it. Okay, let me get back to the point where I have been suspended. And what is 69 plus 5? Yeah, generally, what we are doing, we are going to add 5 to 9, and I will be getting 4, and there is a carry forward that will be given to 6, and I will be getting 7 there, and ultimately I will be getting 74. That is one way of doing it, or the traditional way of doing it, what we have learned from our academics or schooling. But there is a trick in Vedic math, that whenever there is a problem of this kind, why don't you make this one as a number that is multiplied by 10. Yeah, if I have a look at this, yeah, if I add 1 to this, it will become 70, and 70 plus 4, and it is very simple. What is that? I can directly replace this 0 with the 4, thereby getting 74. And one more thing, what is 38 plus 26? That is another problem. Yeah, here what I can write is 38 plus 26 can be written as 38 plus 2 plus 24, thereby it will become 40, and 40 plus 20 plus 4, thereby getting, yeah, what I have done is 38 plus 2, it has become 40 now, and 24 is written in this fashion, 20 plus 4. Thereby I can add these two very comfortably. It's something like just adding 4 plus 2, 6, and placing a 0. And anyhow, as I have plus 4 here, that plus 4 0 can be replaced with 4, thereby resulting in 64. Yeah, it is as such. Yeah, what I'm trying to say here is, whenever there is an addition in front of you, try to convert or try to make some modifications to the given problem in such a way that if you are getting some numbers in multiples of 10, then they are very comfortable to add. Okay, why? Because 40 plus 6, 20 is something like adding 4 and 2 and putting a 0 after it, right? It's very simple. And 60 plus 4 is something like replacing that 0 with 4. That is also very simple, right? That is one more trick. Yeah, let me get into some more problems so that we will be getting what are the basic idea behind this math or Vedic math. Yeah, what is 24 plus 26? Yeah, this can be written as 20 plus 4 plus 20 plus 6. And we already know whenever I add 6 plus 4, it is going to result in 10. So I got three numbers which are multiples of 10. Thereby I can add them very comfortably. It is 50. Yeah, as they are simple problems, yeah, this trick, yeah, is straightforward. But even if you have a look at a big digit numbers, then this sort of playing with the math is really easy, and yeah, you can see the real difference between our normal math and them. And the next one is, in the same addition, there is another concept called looking for pairs. What is this looking for pairs? If I have a look at this 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 4, yeah, before solving it or before taking pen and paper, first you just have a look at the numbers. Try to understand, is there any pattern or any logic in writing these numbers. And what is that? If I add 7 and 3, it will become 10. If I add 6 and 4, that will become 10. And 10 plus 10 is 20. Yeah, it's very simple, right? Looking for pairs, that is another thing. You just map 6 and 4, 7 and 3, this will become 10, and these two summing up into 10, and whenever they are added, that is resulting in 20. And coming to the next problem, yeah, you can see this. I got something like 48 plus 16 plus 61 plus 32. There are plenty of things, right? Yeah, how it can be written? Yeah, what I have taken is, I have added 2 to this so that it will become 50, and I have taken 2 from some of the numbers, like from 30 I have taken 2, so it has become this one has become 50, and this has been reduced to 30. And coming to 61, yeah, if I deduce or subtract 1 from this, then this will become 60, and 16 will become 70. That's very simple. Just by having a look at the numbers, what I am doing is, I have identified two pairs. What are they? 48 and 32 can be formed as a pair. 61 plus 60 plus can be formed as another pair. And I have done some simple adjustments, like 2 was added from 32 to 48, which results in 50. And now this has become 30. And 1 was subtracted from 60. And 1 was added to 16, thereby resulting in 17. Now just have a look at this. It's very easy to add now. Something like 5 plus 3 plus 6, it's 14, and I have 0, right? It's 140. 140 plus 17, 157. It's very comfortable, right? Let me get into some more problem. Yeah, these are some of the problems where we need to practice. Yeah, try to observe what are the pairs that can be formed. Like, yeah, observe this problem. Yeah, 36 plus 44, that will be resulting in 80. And 22 plus 18 will be resulting in 40. 80 plus 40, 120. 120 is the answer. Just by having a look at the numbers, you can track them. Just try to practice these sort of problems. They are very comfortable to handle. Like if I have a look at the next problem, it's something like 3 plus 7 is a 10, 9 plus 1 is a 10, 8 plus 2 is a 10, and a 5 is left. So the answer is 35. Just by having a look at this big addition also, yeah, I can directly by having a look at this, I can tell with the concept of pairing. Yeah, it's all. Before starting any problem, my advice is just to try to have a look at the problem first of all and try to observe, is there any logic or is there any pairs or is there any applying of common sense in doing that. Yeah, there is a saying in the world that the Indian philosophy or scriptures or works, they are meant for, if there is a complex problem in front of us, these Indians will make that complex problem very simple for us. That is one such great thing with India. Yeah, you can observe with the plenty of works. Yeah, in the same fashion, just let me take one more problem for explaining it. Yeah, if I take 27 and 30, that will be resulting in 40. 40 plus 38, 78. Okay, just we can have something like this. And here also, this 37 and 33 can be formed as a pair, thereby resulting in 70 plus 25, 95. Likewise, guys, you just try to take a piece of paper and write some random numbers, whatever you remember or whatever you get on the paper, and try to solve it and practice as many problems as you can. Yeah, definitely you will be excelling in these things. Thereby the additions will become very easy for you. And let me take another sort of things, how to add big numbers. Yeah, so far till now I have dealt with only two digit numbers, right? And let me get into how to deal with the three digit numbers and how it can be done. Yeah, just watch. The traditional way of adding them is adding from right to left. Yeah, this is the direction I will be following. Yeah, this is how I am following. And according to Vedic math, it is suggesting us do it from left to right. Do it from left to right. Yeah, whenever I do it, yeah, watch guys. 1 and 4 are added, resulting in 5. 2 and 5 are added, resulting in 7. 3 and 6 are added, resulting in 9. Yeah, thereby I got 579. Yeah, the earlier way what we have learned is doing the same from right to left, and now we are doing it from left to right. Okay, that is one such thing. Let me get into the solution of other problems which are linked with the same. Like if I have a look at this 134 when added with 466, whenever I add 1 and 4, it will be 5, and whenever I add 3 and 6, it is a 9, and whenever I add 4 and 6, it is a 10. So I have written 0 here, and here is my carry. And what I should do, I need to add 1 to 9, thereby it will become 10. I have to place 0 here, and the carry is forwarded again to here. Then finally I have to add 1 to 5, thereby the result is 600. Yeah, that is how we should do. Yeah, it's something like the same, but we are doing it from left to right rather than doing it from right to left. Yeah, I can do the same from left to right. And this is about the basic addition what we can do in using Vedic math. Yeah, hope you have enjoyed this, guys. And yeah, this is where we can reach us, and that's for this session. And I will be discussing plenty of other Vedic math techniques for making this math absolutely comfortable and easy. And yeah, according to some stat, the percentage of fastness that can be achieved with this Vedic math is enormous. It's not a small number. Yeah, if I'm correct, it's 1700% fastness can be achieved for certain problems or for some of the problems using this Vedic math. Yeah, that is one such a stat what I came across. Thanks guys, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates regarding Vedic math. Good day.